Hello everyone, this is Osiris Frost. If you haven't heard by now, patch 3.5 has been added to the roadmap. Following the quarterly release schedule, this patch will be out at the end of March 2019. Included in 3.5 are a number of new features and items, the most notable among them being the 890 jump. Yes, you heard that right, the Origin 890 jump will finally be coming to Star Citizen with patch 3.5. This news has been buzzing around the community since the patch was added, and I have to say that other than the launch of 3.0, I can't remember a time when the whole community has been this excited. The 890 is one of those ships that encapsulates the essence of Star Citizen for so many backers. It's certainly been one of the most anticipated ships to date, and given that it was featured on a fairly recent episode of Shipshape, in which CIG were forced to concede that they had essentially gone back to the drawing board with it, the fact that we're now less than a year away from its being flight ready is frankly astounding. Aside from the 890, what else is in this patch? Well, for starters, another ship, the Banu Defender. We know from the most recent Shipshape that this ship will inform the design language for the Banu Merchantman, which is another ship being awaited as much or more so than the 890 jump. CIG were explicit that the team working on the Defender will immediately be transferred to the BMM effort as soon as they finish with the Defender. I doubt that this means we'll see the BMM in 3.6, but chances are good that it will be sometime in 2019. Aside from ships, mineral refineries and comm arrays are on the schedule for this patch. Mineral refineries are new facilities where players can sell unprocessed ore that they get from mining, and also buy refined ore to sell or use elsewhere. Comm arrays are already in-game, but will be receiving an update pass with 3.5. For gameplay features, we'll be getting liquid and gas exploration, which are a set of features allowing players to search for, identify, and refine liquid and gas deposits both in space and planetside. This will be an all-encompassing feature set, like mining is in 3.2, and so with 3.5, a whole new gameplay system will be available. I think this has to do with fuel refining, but maybe CIG are envisioning other functionality as well. Also, we'll be getting expanded cargo. Currently in Star Citizen, all cargo containers are 1 SCU in volume. This system will add a variety of larger cargo containers to the game. We'll also be getting long-range scanning, a system which will enable players with appropriate ships to scan wide areas of space and identify points of interest within those regions, and then travel to them. This will be huge for the exploration profession, and also players interested in prospecting. Part of the long-range scanning system ties into the next system as well, and that's data running. This feature will add the ability to transfer data between points by allowing players to create data packets or create points of interest based on things like scanning. Those points of interest will be proprietary, and the owner can sell those as data packets to other players. As I just mentioned, long-range scanning will create data packets for any points of interest that you locate. I'm really looking forward to finding out more about what kind of gameplay options develop around data brokering. AI in Star Citizen will be getting an update as well, with the inclusion of a variety of FPS and flight styles. This means that some NPCs you encounter in the verse will be good, and some will run at the first sign of trouble. It will add a layer of realism and chance to any AI encounter. On top of this, we can expect a few new FPS weapons with patch 3.5 as well. Now, let's talk about what's not in this patch, and what that might mean for development going forward. There is notably no major performance tech scheduled for this patch. This is significant because each of the 3 patches preceding 3.5 feature a landmark technology that will represent a massive leap forward in the road to live release for Star Citizen. These technologies include object container streaming, network bind culling, server meshing, and so forth. These are sort of the big tentpole features that have always been meant to set Star Citizen apart from and above every other game out there. So what's up with 3.5? Are they just kicking their feet up and taking a break? I doubt it. Reading between the lines here, I think that the reason that there's no major tech like this scheduled for 3.5 is because it will all be in already. All of the technology underpinning the vision will exist by the time 3.4 goes live, and will be at a point where there's just content and polish left to add to the game. If that's true, then I think a further conclusion we can draw from this is that they will be technically capable of releasing Squadron 42. Think about it. Both games rely on the same core tech, but Squadron 42 is a single-player experience, so you need way less content to complete it. Furthermore, it has a heavily scripted main narrative, which they have had a team working on in parallel with the development of Star Citizen this whole time. You'll recall the vertical slice from last year's holiday livestream. That hour plus of gameplay was very well put together, and showed off a high level of polish in multiple aspects of gameplay. If I'm on the right track here, I think it's entirely possible that we could see a release date announcement at the anniversary sale this year, and perhaps that announcement might be that we can play Squadron 42 this Christmas. But let me know what you think in the comments. Am I way off base here, or do you think I'm onto something? When are you expecting an announcement about Squadron 42's release? That's all for today's show. Thanks for watching. If you're new to Star Citizen, or you know someone who's thinking of playing, you or they can earn 5,000 UEC on your account by registering with my referral code, which you can find in the show notes down below. If you have any questions, feedback, or episode suggestions, go ahead and leave them in the comments. And if you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.